Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel Web Designs. Now today we're going to start our new course which is all about React Native. So now welcome to the React Native course. And for this course I must tell you that you need to know some React for this course. And also you should know JavaScript, which is a prerequisite and which is very mandatory for this course. Alright, so now let's start with the first question. What is React Native? So if you came for the React web development side, you should know about React DOM, right? So React Native is a library similar to React DOM that it creates mobile apps. So now over here we use React Native for mobile apps. And you should know about this. Alright, so now let's start with our course by first going through our table of contents. So now our first video will cover our setup and installation. That is this video. Then in our second video we're going to cover our basics of UI and navigation. We're going to learn about React Navigation, which is a really cool library that lets us navigate between different screens. Then also we'll learn about the native elements such as the view, which is the JSX fragment, the text, which is like the H1 in React, and image, button, text input, and scroll view. Then also we'll learn about some third-party libraries such as React Native Elements, which will give us pre-built UI components which have more styling than the native elements. Then also we'll add some icons using React Native vector icons. We'll also learn about how to use React Native hooks such as the state and effect hooks. You should be familiar with this if you came from the React side. Then we'll learn about animations and UI enhancements by using the React Native Reanimated. We'll also add loading indicators and skeleton screens. We'll also try to implement dark mode and theming. We'll improve the UX with transitions and gesture animations. Then finally, we'll use all of these things that we have learned to create a build a to-do list app. So we'll have some simple UI, we'll have a use state to manage tasks, a delete button to remove tasks, and we'll use a library called async storage so that they persist after restart. Then we'll also use something called React Native Elements that we'll learn in the third video. That's the third-party libraries. Then we'll also add animations that we have learned in the fifth video. Alright, so now for this, in setup, you need Node.js. And if you're from the React side, you know what Node.js is. It's very important for React, React Native, and anything you want to build. So now, to install it, you have just clicked this link over here. And this should take you to a site like this, where you can just click this button over here. So now let's try it out ourselves. So now I'm going to navigate to my Google Chrome. And in here, I'm going to just type in Node.js. Click this, and over here you should see this button over here. Just click it. It'll give you a launcher. Just go to the installation steps. It's pretty easy, and you should have Node.js installed. And to verify it, just go to the terminal, type in node-v. There you go. I have my latest version. Then npm-v and also npx-v. So now you should have all of these so that we can get started. Alright, so now let's go back to our PPT and let's set up our project. To set up our project, we're going to use a CLI called Expo. So now over here, to make a new project, there's two CLIs, the React Native CLI and the Expo CLI. So the thing we are going to use is called Expo, but you can also use React Native CLI. But the downside of React Native CLI is that it gives fewer libraries than Expo, and it's better off using Expo because it's easier to set up rather than using React Native CLI. So that's why, since it's easier and it's beginner friendly, we'll use Expo. So now if you want a blank template, use the flag over here --template blank. Otherwise, just remove this flag over here and you'll get a default project. So now I'm going to try running this using the blank template. Alright, so now I'm not going to use the blank template, but I'll still show you how it will work. So now you have to just go to the terminal. We'll say npx create-expo-app. Then your project name, so I'll name it my project. And if you want blank template, you can use --template blank. Alright, so now when we press enter, it will create it for you. Alright, so now I'm gonna create it in my working directory, and you can create it anywhere you want, even in your downloads, anywhere. It will automatically create it for you using this command. It will create a very blank template. So now over here, this npm install will take some time, as because just as I told you, you'll get more packages for you, such as the React Native icons that we just talked about, and many more. And if you say deprecated warning, don't worry about that, as because you get these warnings a lot more times. So now we can try navigating into a directory. So cd my project. Now if you press ls over here, we'll see we have a app.json, we have index.json, we have package.json, app.json, and then we have node modules, assets, and we have package.log.json. So pretty blank, right? And if you look at app.js by using the cat command, the cat app.js, if you look, it's also really simple over here. We're just importing status bar, style sheet, text, and view. Alright, so now over here, I already generated a project without a blank template, and I'm going to show you how it looks like. So now I'm going to cd back, and I'm going to cd into my new directory called my demo app, and in here I'm going to launch my code editor. So I have already launched it. Let's go there, and now once we are here, it's the same app directory. So now I'm not going to be bothered with this over here, as because this you should not learn about, as because it's a little bit more complex if you don't have the blank template. So now I'm going to just do npm start to start this project, and now it's going to start it. Alright, so now if you have a phone, such as an iOS phone or Android phone, just scan this QR code that you're going to get, and you should get it. So now to scan this QR code, first you need the Expo Go app. So in Android, you just have to install the Expo Go app, and then there should be a button to scan the QR code in the Expo Go app, and you should get it. But for iOS, it's a little bit trickier. So first, same step, you have to install the Expo Go app. After that, what you have to do is you have to scan the QR code using the camera app that you have in your phone, and then it will have a link over here. You just click on the button, and it will give you go to Expo Go, where you'll see your project. So now if you don't have a phone, then come over here, I will show you. There's something called an emulator, and over here, let's try that out. So for emulators, we'll have to use some obscure methods. So now let's go to the iOS emulator. The iOS emulator, it's only for Mac exclusive. So if you're not on a Mac OS machine, then skip this part and go to the Android simulator. But if you have a Mac OS machine, then you should follow through these steps. So first, you got to go to the App Store and search up for Xcode. Then you just click the install button. Simple, right? Let's try it out. So now I'm going to go to my App Store, search up Xcode, and over here I already have Xcode. Alright, so now after you have Xcode, you should get a simulator. So now I'm going to open up my simulator over here, and once my simulator is going to be open, you should see something like this. And over here I already have my Expo Go because I'm using the simulator. So I'm going to pop in a new simulator. So device, iOS 18.4, and I'm going to put the 16E and close this simulator, so that we can get a fresh new start on this new simulator. So now, for the first time, it may take you a long time to load the simulator, like because this is a new simulator and I didn't open it yet. Alright, so now once it's done loading, what you just have to do is go to your VS Code, where you have run npm start over here, and if you look, it says over here, press I to open up the iOS simulator. I'm going to press I, and what it's going to do is install the Expo Go app on this iOS machine over here. So now if you look, the Expo Go has popped up, and then it's opening it up for me. It's bundling up, and then tada, we are here. And over here, the blank template has generated it something like this. It has a really cool scroll effect, and over here, if I go back, and over here it has some navigation over here. So pretty cool, right? So now over here, if you don't have a macOS machine, Don't worry, I got you covered. Let's go to the Android simulator, which is accessible for Windows and macOS. So now over here what you got to do is go to the developer to https://developer.android.com/studio, and then you have to just click this button to download it. Then after that, when you open it, you should see this screen. So you're gonna click the three dots, then virtual device manager, and then you see something like this where you just have to click the play button and then press A in your terminal and you should see something like this. So easy, right? Let's try it out. So now what I'm going to do is go to my Google Chrome. I'm going to try searching up Android Studio. And once in here, just click this button and you should see something like this if you open up the Android Studio app. Now over here, I'm having the new version, so I can just click more actions. Then over here, virtual device manager, and just click the play button. And by the way, you can close these tabs too. So I'm going to close this tab and I will close others. Alright, so now once you launch it, you should see something like this. So now what you gotta do, simply just go to your Visual Studio Code, press A, should take some time to load, and then once that is happening, you should see something like this where it's gonna bundle it by building it, where it's gonna bundle your application, and then once that's done, you should see your application. And if you look, even the hand is waving at me. I should see my logo, and if you look, it's completely the same. So now I can click on my explore on both of them. If you look over here, that the stylings have changed, as because over here this is an Android device and this is the iOS device. So folks, that's it for today. And if you want any websites or mobile apps, consult to me. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to support us, please like, share, subscribe to our channel Kavi Web Designs. And now keep on watching our videos and show us some love. And this is Ishank signing off.